Today, I want to talk about bouncing back. Bouncing back from a bit of a shit moment. Bouncing back from, because everybody can have a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, but nobody actually wants to be in that rut for a long time, right? Nobody wants to have a shit week, a shit month, a shit year. That's like the list of events that happens in order whenever you start going down. And if, let's say, somebody gets drunk one day and then the next day they do it again and then do it again and then do it again, and they repeat this habit over years, right? Now, the difference that I want to talk about today, the one thing that I want to talk about today isn't so much how do you avoid them, but instead how do you bounce back from a shit day so you don't have to go through that too long and you can still get things done. And yes, you're going to be listening to my tea, because I'm drinking tea because I'm still sick. For a bit of context, I've been sick for the past couple of days, so I thought I might make a quick video just to talk about how I'm bouncing back from this little sickness, little shit bug that's going around. And previous past, I guess, experiences of the same craft, I guess you could say. Same kind of types of experiences. Basically, I had a shit experience at some point, and that spiraled down into me just not being really productive, and I had to figure out a way to fix myself. And so, tying that back to being sick as well, it's kind of similar. When you're sick and you've lowered your output for a short/long/medium period of time. Well, I've noticed that the best thing that I can do every single time in order to get back into it is just to take a notebook and a pen and just write everything down. Just write everything down. I have this whiteboard as well, so I could use the whiteboard as well. To be perfectly honest with you, there's something interesting about just writing everything down on a piece of paper. It's not the same as just writing it on a keyboard, like that. It's not the same, right? It's not the same. It's not the same writing on a whiteboard. Whiteboard is for big ideas. Piece of paper, though, is to just put all of what's in here on the paper. Personally, for me, it helps a lot. So, today I wanted to just quickly go over the framework, you could call it, of how I manage to bounce back every single time something doesn't go my way. It's every single time something pisses me off that isn't necessarily happening right. For instance, in my business, there was a period of time where I didn't really get any clients for a very, very long time, or I didn't need to get any good clients over a long, long period of time. And that's something that I still suffered from to this day, but I managed to deal with that by first accepting reality very quickly. This is very important, because if you understand reality, you understand that if you just sulk in your own misery, nothing's going to happen. If you just be a victim of your own circumstances, nothing's going to happen. So the point is to take action over and over and over and over, fast, quick, and just get things done. Don't just spend 5 days just thinking oh, I'm sick, what the fuck am I do? I wish I wasn't sick, and just sulking in your own misery, because there's no fucking point in doing that, okay? The point is, you should think about it for a second and be okay, what can I do right now? What can I do? That's what I did yesterday, okay? Yesterday, I recorded a video, and I said, I didn't even feel like recording today, but I did it anyway, okay? So the faster you accept where you are, the faster you can move on and just take action faster. The second thing is you can lower your standards in terms of output because you understand that your energy is not going to be the same, but you shouldn't change your habits. Now, for instance, for me, it was usually every single day I do some kind of outreach, some kind of client work for the clients that I already have. So the outreach is just to get new clients, and then some kind of creating some kind of content. So like for instance, I would be creating the YouTube. I might be able to create some stuff for Instagram as well, some stuff for LinkedIn, whatever it may be, okay? So the point is, instead of doing my usual like 6, 7, 8 hours more of work, I might reduce that, but I might do my best in order to still output something. Like the point is not to output nothing. Like if you output nothing, you might as well just fucking go to bed all day. All right. The point is to keep the momentum. Okay. Keeping the momentum is really important because it allows you to, if you stay disciplined. I said this yesterday, okay? Yesterday I said the guy who goes to the gym, regardless of how he feels, will always beat the guy who goes to the gym only when he feels like going to the gym. Now, today, I'm not necessarily going to the gym, but I am still going to be doing some push-ups in my room in order to stave off any kind of atrophy, okay? I don't want to lose any progress. So, personal examples that I could share with you would be like in the past when I first started, like 4 years ago, when I first started learning about business, when I first started learning about how to learn a high income skill. What did I used to do? I used to be very undisciplined because I was never really taught the importance of having a super structured schedule, of having because like when you're a business owner, you need to understand that your time is extremely valuable. So if you don't use it to your advantage, nothing's gonna get done, especially when you're up and coming and the business is getting built from the ground up. Like you need to understand that nobody's gonna do it for you. Like there's nobody that I can pay money for because I don't necessarily have the funds for that, right? Like I'm making money, but if I don't provide the client with the client work I said, in that case, I promised, and he just comes back to me and said, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, give me my money back. That's not a good deal for anybody there. But if I do my best and I push more time into the client work and I push more time into reaching out to getting more clients and to do more work and to do more things, then in that case, I can make more money, and then that money I can invest it into, let's say I can build a system that does things automatically for me. I can help more people. I can help different types of people. I can speak to more people. I can then recruit some people that can then do the work for me, so that way they can manage a couple clients themselves, and then I can manage a couple clients myself, and then everybody's working under the same business, right? And then you just keep scaling from there. So I mean, it really depends what you want to do, but there was a certain point where I wasn't very disciplined about the amount of time I would put into the business because I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. Okay, at the very beginning, I had direction, kind of. I guess the point was I got into like information, but I didn't really get a path, like a certain path. Like people didn't really show me where to go. They basically told me like, okay, this is how you do it, figure it out. And then I would just try stuff. And like, for instance, there are times where like I'm doing some outreach like for like weeks on end, like months on end, and I'm not getting any fucking replies. And I'm like, okay, every month, every week, I'm just gonna sit down and use this and just write down, how am I not getting any responses? Like, why would they not reply to my DMs? Like, is there something wrong with my approach? Is there something stupid that I'm doing? Is there something that I should be doing differently? Is there, like, am I making some kind of mistake? What should I be doing that is different, that is going to allow me in order to succeed, to get better results, get better outcomes? Because The point is, if you go through this every single day, like every single week, every single month, you basically understand that it becomes much clearer to set blocks of time where you dedicate them to thinking about how you could have done things better. It allows you to find those solutions because it allows you, it basically forces your mind, okay, we've got this outcome, we're gonna focus on this outcome for an hour. And then at the end of the hour, you're like, oh, I actually might think about this, this, and this, and this, and that, and this, and that. Test this next time, do that next time, try this one out, try that one out, see if this works, see if that works, talk to this person, and just do that over and over and over again. By just doing that, because I did that for like, probably that's one of the habits that I've been doing over the past fucking 3 years, I think. Over the past 3 years, because I started my journey like 4 years ago, roughly. And like 3 years ago, I'd say I picked up this habit. Somebody recommended it to me. And ever since I did that, I started getting much better results, like literally everywhere I went. Anything I did, like literally all areas of my life. Like not just business, okay? So how do you bounce back in that case? How do you bounce back? Because it's not even about how do you bounce back. It's about how to bounce back faster. Because bouncing back is possible for literally everybody, but nobody wants to have those like shit months. Like they remember for an entire month they didn't do shit. Like nobody wants to fucking remember that, okay? So it's because that's just usually like I guess a series of bad days just like clumped up together, right? So how do you interrupt this flow of bad days is what I'm saying, I guess. So what I do is I sit down, I take a piece of paper, and I'm like, okay, what have I been doing right now? This is what I do first. What am I focusing on right now? What do I need to do? What would I usually do if I wasn't having a bad day, if I wasn't having a bad time, a bad month, whatever it is, okay? I write down, what would I do if I wasn't da-da-da? Or what would I do if I was like super high energy, made a lot of money, so-and-so? What would I do if this, and this? And then I just write everything down on a piece of paper just to get my thoughts out on the piece of paper. And then I'm like, okay, turn the page, keep writing. And then once I'm done with that, I sit down and I'm like, okay, what is the most important thing that I need to focus on right now? Write that down. Da, da, da. And then after that, I'm like, okay, based on everything that I've wrote so far in this, what would be the, like, let's say, I don't know, like 3, 5, 6, 10 different things that I can do right now in order to get back on track. And then I might write like, okay, number 1, I need to do this. Number 2, I need to do that. Number 3, I need to do this. And these could be things like super simple. Like for example, for me, I start my schedule for the day every single day. For the most part, I have the same thing every single day that I need to do in order. So like for instance, if I were to write it down on the whiteboard for you, it would be, okay, wake up. I've got a bunch of group chats and I post good morning in the chat. So number 1 would be wake up, do this, good morning. Second, remember what you're grateful for and share that with other people. Number 3 is watch a daily, there's a guy in the group that I'm part of, he posts a daily call. So it's kind of like live. If it's not live, he just records it and we can watch it basically. So every single day I just do this first, second, third, then what do? Okay, I get dressed. Very simple, right? I get dressed, shower, or maybe maybe here instead, you know, whatever. But basically, like these things are like in order, right? Boom, boom, it's like boom, boom. This one goes here, doesn't really matter. But you just go through things over and over and over again, and you've got like a series of things that you do in step by step that get you back on the path. It's like every single time I learned this lesson quite early, actually. Every single time, like, you've got this checklist of things that you've put together first. So you've got the checklist, right? Checklist. And you've got these boxes here, right? And every single box checked equals a win in your mind, right? It's like, okay, succeeded this, completed. It's like, if I finished this, okay, done, boom. Okay, second one, boom. Third one, boom. Fourth one, boom. Fifth one, boom. And you just keep going and you build momentum because you're winning. It's like, okay, I've won that. I've won a second time, I've won a third time, I've won a fourth time, I've won a fifth time. And by this time that you've done all of this, you feel much better, right? You feel much better, right? Well, he looks fucking scary, but but you look much better. You feel much better after you've done this, very simply. So you do one step at a time, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And you just keep going. You keep going. You keep going. And you do that every single day as much as you can. All right? Like, that's what I do every single day. Like, every single day, if I'm not sure what to do, if my schedule's fucked, if I've completely put aside my schedule, and if I'm doing something completely different, I wake up, I shake myself out of the current state that I'm in, and I'm like, okay, what would I do first? Very simply, let's go back to the start. If I haven't done anything, I'll start here, and then boom, 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 and just keep going, keep going. The next one would be eat breakfast. If I already done that, what I do is I drink water. If I already done that, what do I do? Get sunlight. What if I already done that? What do I do? Just keep going. And I've got a list of like, maybe I can pull it up actually on my computer. Because I've got a list of things. How many things do I have now? So 5. I've got like probably like, 18 things that I need to do every single day at very least in order to just be tip-top, if you know what I mean. To be tip-top on point. Now these things might not take fucking 16 hours. But if I can stretch these things out to 16 hours, it's better. And if I can add more things, if it doesn't take 16 hours, but if I can find more things with the additional time that I have, then I can make more progress. And with that said, you can basically, as mentioned here, having a bad day is normal. That's fine. Everybody has a bad day. But you don't want to be the guy who has a bad month, which leads to a bad year, which is just a non-interrupted flow of bad things happening over and over and over again. So if you are in a rut, if you feel like shit, if you've got whatever the fuck's happening, and you feel like you need to figure something out, well, in that case, this is what you need to do. This is what helps me personally. Like, this is what I'm about to do today because I'm sick. So I've been doing something else this morning, whatever. Usually I record in the morning. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this notebook, pen, and I'm just gonna write everything down. So that's what I recommend because it allows you to lift the veil off of your fucking mind. It allows you to get back in the game. So that's what helps me personally. If it does as well for you, I recommend you test it if you haven't already. Even if you don't feel like shit right now, you can always test it because it is always something that is super useful. Like, even for me when I wasn't sick or I had bad habits or not necessarily, I would always sit down with a pen and paper and write everything down as to how I could do better. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. And with that said, I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Hopefully feel much better. I can keep recording outside, but we'll see. It's a beautiful day, so it's gonna be time to get back to work. And I will see you in the next one. See ya.